Alhamdulillah, thumma salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala ahlihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Fassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the last time we were together, we discussed about Canva and the opportunities that it has and how we can tap into it and take advantage of it. And we mentioned that from the things we are going to be learning is CapCut. So just as Canva is for a lot of image designs and little or very simple, not complex video designs, CapCut is your go-to whenever you want to make very, very nice video designs. And inshallah, today I'm going to be showing you how you can explore CapCut, everything you need to know about CapCut, and how you can take advantage of this very powerful software to make very a lot of creative videos that will wow your clients or even for your own personal needs. So the very first thing you need to do is just go to capcut.com. So there are two ways to access CapCut. The first way to access CapCut is by accessing it online because they have an online version, just the way Canva has an online version. CapCut also has an online version. And the second way is to download it. So you can download the CapCut app on your system. You can also download the CapCut app on your phone. So any of it that is convenient for you would work for you. So what you just want to do is you just want to click on try CapCut online here. If what you want to do is you want to use the CapCut app online. In my case, that's what I'm going to be going for. But if you want to download it, so you can click on this download button here and you'll be able to download it on your system. If you are using a an Android device, sorry, if you're using an Android device, you can just go to App Store to download it. And if you're using an iOS device, you can do the same thing by going to App Store. So once all of that is understood and you have your CapCut available on your device, I'm going to be showing you how to get started. So for me, because I'm using it online, I'll just click on try CapCut online. So because I've not yet created an account with CapCut, I'll be required to create an account. On this account, I already have a Gmail account, so I can just click on continue with Google and it will prompt me to accept, make some acceptance and continue, and I'll do that. So I'll select the account and I'll click on continue. So it's signing me in now. So now it has signed me in. So if you don't sign into your CapCut app, you will not be able to upload any content. So it's very good you sign in. The second thing is if you don't sign into the app, whatever designs you make, immediately you close the app, you would lose them. So it's a very good thing to make sure that you sign in first, such that subsequently you would always have all your designs available to you. Now that that is understood, the very first thing I want to do is I want to introduce you to the interface. But before introducing you to the interface, I want to show you something quick on CapCut's resources. So, and just the way we did for Canva, if we go to capcut.com now, let me skip this. Let's cancel this. So when we go back to capcut.com, now, so we can see the way the interface looks like. So this is where I want to first start with. So usually when you create your new account, it's going to take you straight into the editor like this. But I want before we go into the editor, I want to explain how the interface looks. That's the basic CapCut interface. How does it look like? So if you look at it, it's quite similar to Canva in the sense that it has a left menu. Do you understand? So this left menu is where you would be able to navigate from your start, which is the like home page. Then you have the templates where you see your templates. Recent drafts are the recent designs you are working on. Share and schedule has to do with the works you've done that you want to share. And magic tools have to do with AI. Then you have what is called spaces. So in a space, you can have multiple designs. Do you understand? So this is the space it has created for me by default. Timmy 7073 space. So and you can create a new space. So this is the left menu of it. Now, to the top, you can search for templates. So you can choose to search for image templates too. However, CapCut is best for video. They're just rolling out the image feature. You can see it's new. So, but if you want to do image designs, Canva is usually your go-to, but you can still try it out and see what it has to offer. So, and for the purpose of this video, we'll be focusing more on video content. So from here, you can search for templates and then you can now start using those templates in your designs. Here, you can download the desktop version of CapCut by clicking on it. And here you can see your taskbar, that's your recent activities, that's recent projects that you're working on. This is your notification, and here you can edit your account. For this icon, you can always use it to contact their support or help. Now, if you are here, you can start a new video from scratch by clicking on this, or you can select from the numerous types of videos, whether it's clip to video or script to video or long videos to shorts. So all of these are one-click videos. So all of these are things that you can access. Do you understand? And these are templates that you can start with. You can see different templates that you can use for your product. That's if you're an e-commerce brand. A lot of them. Do you understand? And so you would see a lot of these content are geared towards selling products. Do you understand? So if you want to actually have very nice creatives for your product, this is a very, very place to start with. So now that that is understood, whenever you click on any template, it's just going to take you to the edit session. So let's say you have this, and the beautiful thing about the templates is they are very, very easy to work with. They did it in such a way that all you need to do is just replace images and you are good to go. So now that that is understood, so if you click on any of these templates, let me just show you now. If I click on this template, for example, I can just click on use this template. Do you understand? Once I click on use this template, it's going to take me there. If I click see use this template, and it's going to take me to this interface. You can see. So this is the first way to work on CapCut. The second way to work on CapCut is to come in from this interface, which is your editor's interface, and then look for a template here and use it. So both of them actually works. So I will show you both very soon. So this is it. So it's done. So now what it will prompt you to do is just ask you to just change your brand name, change your product name, change the price. Do you understand? All the information you want, all those text information, sorry. You just need to edit it all through here and you are good to go. The next thing we just require you to do is just to change your image, and then you have a product ready for sale. So let me show you this. So let me just try this out. I'll just change this to Sado Prime. The product name, let me just call it Luxury Earbuds. The price, let me use Naira's symbol. So we don't have Naira on our, so you just copy it. You search for Naira symbol and you copy it, so I'll be able to use it here. So you just paste it. So you now say maybe 50,000 Naira. Let me put comma in between. So the discounted price, let me call the discounted price 35,000 Naira, for example. So the amount they're going to be saving, they're going to save 15,000 Naira. So they would save 15,000 Naira. So you can change this text, but for me, this text are fine. Do you understand? I can leave all of this. You understand? And I can leave all of this. So once I'm done editing all of this, I can have my video ready to go. The only thing I would need is to edit the pictures. Do you understand? So if I click on add, this add here, so it's going to show me where I'm going to edit the images. So if I click on this, I can replace each of these images. These are all the places that I showed on the video. So I can replace all of these images, and with that, I am good to go with my CapCut design for my specific product using this specific template. So let me just quickly do that and show you that now. So I should have some products somewhere here. Let me see. Okay, this. So I can just pick different images of the product I'm interested in. So open. So it will load it. I'll click on the second one and I'll replace it to just. So I'll look for another one that is very nice and I'll replace it with it too. Can see. So it's that simple. Just that simple. So and by the time it's all done, you'll be wowed by the result. Can see we are doing it together. It's not something that is going to take any time whatsoever. So I think it has replaced all the images. That there are 10 places and I can see that all of them are the same product. Let me just click on OK. So and once I'm done, what I just want to do is I want to preview what I've done, and with that I'll be ready to export it. So let's see. You can see. You can see I have a video ready, and with that I can now export. So this is the first way to work with templates. Any of those templates you see, you can work with them and just edit just the text and the images, and with that you are good to go. Now, the second way is the way I wanted to mention earlier on, and is using the editor's interface from the basics. And in that way, I'm going to first, and for that, I'm going to first explain how the whole interface works, what each element is. Then, with that, I'm now going to show you how to make edits. So for the second aspect of it, which has to do with the interface, that's the proper interface and actually starting your edit, I'm going to be showing you everything that has to do with the interface. You know, when we first signed up, this was the interface it brought us to. You remember? So I now want to explain everything in the interface to you. So whenever you want to upload any content, you can choose to upload it from your desktop here. Let's close this. So it's even introducing us to the different aspects. So it's talking about elements, but let's just close all of this. So now the idea is basically just like the way we have it on Canva. We have the left panel. So this is the left panel. So this left panel is where you can edit your design. So the very first one is the media. So for media, this is where you upload all your media files. So if you click on upload, it will allow you to be able to upload files from your device. So also, you can choose to upload from phone, or you can choose to record, and you can also choose to edit with reference. So you can use a reference and edit. Also, you can choose from device. If you have the file on your Google Drive, you can choose this option whereby you can just use the file that you want to use from your Google Drive, and likewise Dropbox. So that's basically everything about this interface. Now, for this interface, this is where you switch between your space. You know, I told you initially that you can choose to create more spaces. So once you create any space, you can choose to choose between those spaces you have created here. Now the next one is templates, and this is where the fun starts. So for templates, we have numerous templates. Numerous templates. You just need to just go in and search, and you'll be wowed. Do you understand? So if you click on editor speaks, if you click on view all, you see a lot of templates here. A lot of templates, a lot of templates, a lot of templates. If you go back again, you can see different types. Intro. Look at this. This is for those that are doing YouTube. You can see outros. You can see vlog. If you are doing your vlog, different things, travel, different niches, gaming, different niches. You see it. And if you want to search, you can search. Let's say, for example, you are selling a watch and you want to make a video for your watch. All you need to do is search for watch. You will see a lot of videos, see different videos. Look at this. And what it only requires from you is just for you to just change image. Once you change the image, it's going to do the rest for you. Look at this. Very nice ones. You can see. You can see. All of these things. It's not going to take you more than 5 to 10 minutes to design them. And you will create content that will wow your audience. You can see. 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 Look at this. Look at this. Very nice ones. So we're going to walk around this later on, but I'm just showing you the interface. This is just under watches. So if you come to elements, just like on Canva, for elements, this allows you to take individual elements like stock videos that you can use or photos, do you understand? Or characters that you can use, or GIFs, do you understand? So any of these elements, and if you're interested in searching for specific types, you can just search. If you search for maybe watch now, for example, you would see. If you search for watch, for example, you can see a lot of watch. You can see. So a lot of it. So depending on what you're interested in searching on, you can just search for that content and you can just drop it into your canvas. So the next thing is audio. So these audio are different sound. These audios are different sounds that you can use in your video. All of it. Look at it. A lot of them. The same thing with text. You can insert different text, just like on Canva. You can insert different texts. And the beautiful thing about Capcut is it shows you trending things. Those trending things are things many people are actually using now. So you can try it out such that it can help improve the engagement of your video. The kind of things people are using on their designs. Do you understand? So the next one is captions. So these captions are very, very powerful. So captions is if you've watched shorts before whereby people will be talking and there'll be captions writing what they are saying below or at the lower part of their of what they are saying. These captions they use. So you can use auto captions whereby you ask CapCut to help you caption it automatically, and you can use manual captions whereby you are going to be the one that will enter the captions automatically. Maybe you have a software you use for transcribing. Maybe that's what you now use, and you just copy it and you just whatever works for you. Just you can use it. The same thing with uploading a caption file. So you can upload a caption file. It has shown you the files that it supports, and also for lyrics too. So the next one is transcripts. You can see you can use it to transcript. Do you understand? And it is all of these are very, very easy. All you just need to do is just click on what you want to transcribe and to start transcribing it for you. You can click on OK. So it's going to ask you for which one you want, the tracks you want to transcribe, and to transcribe it for you. So the reason we can't select any track is because we don't have anything on our canvas yet. So the next one is effect. So effect is what you want to create on a specific element. Effect has to do with what the kind of a kind of effect, or a kind, what do I call it? A kind of animation. That's the word. A kind of animation of some sort that you want to create on an element that you have selected. Do you understand? So you can see that all of these effects, this effect, for example, has to do with flashing of the image. This one has to do with zooming of the image. This one has to do with glowing of the image. So all of it has to do with what the specific what element you have selected. However, for transition, that one has to do with the entire video. Maybe you are transitioning from one video, you have two videos that you want to transition into another. So the transition effect allows it to transition in between them easily. You can see this one now, for example. There are two images, I think. So you can see the way it transitioned into from one image to another image. So that's the idea between difference between effects and what's transition. Transition has to do with one element. If sorry, transition has to do with two elements, while effect has to do with one singular element. So you can see different effects. All you just need to do is come here and play with each and every one of them, and you will see what you can create. So if you click on this arrow down, it's going to show you more. So you have filters. So you can create different types of filters for your video or your image. So you can see this mono. So this mono is more like making a black and white version of a video. So night scene and all of that. So there are a lot of effects you can create. The same thing with brand kit. So for brand kit, just like on Canva, you can create a brand kit whereby you have your logo and everything. And once you use your brand kit, you'll be able to use it across all your designs. So, and the last one is plugins. So plugins allows you to use different softwares. But for now, it's just Epidemic Sound that is here. So Epidemic Sound allows you to use royalty-free sounds basically on your videos. So, and once that is understood, so this is basically everything that has to do with the interface. So, and if you click on here, this lower part, you will see all the shortcuts, all the different shortcuts that you would need when using the software. So it's a good hack. Whenever you learn any software, one thing you should try to do is to always try to learn the shortcuts related to that software. It gives you two things. One, it's going to make your work flow faster. You'll be able to achieve a lot of things within a short period of time. And the second advantage of learning shortcuts is when you start using those shortcuts proficiently, anyone that sees you would look at you like you are a pro at that software. So it's a good way to actually impress maybe the people you are working with, or your colleagues, by learning shortcuts. It doesn't take more than a day to actually master shortcuts. You just need to give it attention. Okay, if I want to do this, how will I do it? You just check the shortcuts. And with that, within 1-2 days of using the software, you look like, wow, this person is a beast. So now that all of this is understood, I'm now going to be taking you to the second side of things, the actual canvas. But before we go there, I want to introduce us to this other side. So this to the left is this interface. This is where you can rename the file you are working on. So we can rename it as maybe sample design, for example. You can see. So you can rename it. Here you can use it to move. So we don't have any elements here, so we can't move anything yet. And this is for panning, so that you can move the actual element you have selected. Let me just use an element, quick element. Let me just put this here. So all you just need to do is just drag and drop. So you can see it's now activated. So if I click on move, what it means is that I can move it. You can say I've moved it to the left. If I click on pan, what it means is that I'm panning the whole canvas. You can see the difference now. I'm using it to move the whole canvas. It's not a specific element. Do you see the difference? So if I click on this, I can move it back. You can see. So, and I can choose the size. I can make it zoom to fit. I can zoom it to 500. I can zoom it in. Do you understand? So let's just fit it back to 100%. And each of these are shortcuts. You can see the shortcuts in front of it: Shift F, Shift 0, Shift 1, Shift 2. So these are the shortcuts. And here you can undo an activity you've done or redo it back. You can see. And when you click on an element, you are given this option to either you can add an overlay. An overlay is more like a color that you add on an element. Maybe you want to make the element darker, or you want to make the element have a tint of a specific color. You add an overlay to it. So once you click on add overlay, it's going to add that overlay. Do you understand? And you can choose to add an image too as an overlay, just like this here. So then the next one is fill. You can give it a fill. The next one is crop. Cropping means you can resize it basically. Then the next one is to have an overlay that is to the side. So if I click it down now, you can choose where the overlay would be, whether you want the overlay to be down or you want the overlay to be bottom right or up at the corner or to the right. So such that they will just be at maybe any of the sides of the design, unlike this one that was going to cover the whole design. And if you click on this, you'll see a lot of more options where you can replace the item, you can delete it, you can copy it, you can duplicate it, you can flip it. When you flip it, you see it will change. You can see, so that's what it means to flip. And you can flip it vertically to change it vertically. So that's that with respect to selecting an image. Now, when you also select an image, you can actually choose the users. You can add, you can share this project with someone else to be able to use it. You can also export it. So once you are done with your old design, you can click on export and you export your video. And here you can download the desktop app. So if you want to be using the desktop app, and here you can also seek for help. So if you click on more, you see more options. So you can see taskbar. So you'll be seeing those. Maybe you are exporting different items. You'll be seeing those things you're exporting. Here, you can choose to unfix the sidebar. So what it means is that it's not going to be fixed to a specific point. So you can give feedback, you can check out the creators community, and this is very powerful. You can access tutorials. If you click on these tutorials, there are a lot of content here under tutorials. You can see Capcut Online 101. You can see. You can see basically everything you need to know about CapCut from A to Z. You can see. We showed you how you can learn different things. And the beautiful thing about all of these contents that we're showing is that they are actually very short content. If you focus one day to, you would actually consume everything. So all of this, and you would realize that you have known so much. You understand? So these are a lot of resources that you can learn from. Do you understand? So if you come to pro tips, you see it here. You can see. So all of these are things you can learn from. So let's go back to where we're coming from. So we were here. So that's under tutorials. And if you want to report a bug to CapCut, you can always report a bug to them. You can change your language, you can change your theme, whether it's light mode or dark mode, and you can choose your preference. And this preference is very handy if you are working with Arabic. So if you're working with Arabic, you want to change your text input from left to right to left. So now that that is understood, we're now going to go to the left here. Now to this left is the ratio. This ratio is where you choose the more like the size of your video. So you can see you can use original aspect ratio. So this original aspect ratio is basically dependent on the content you're working on. So if you add any element, it is going to inherit that basic size of that element, and that is what your original aspect ratio would be. So let's say the image I brought in here was a square image, it would have been just square. So now if I want to use it for different things, I can now change it. You can see if it's YouTube ads, what I should use is 16:9. If it's LinkedIn ads, this is what I should use. You can see for different types of purposes, this is 2:1. TikTok ads, you can see 3:4. So these are different ratios that are here. So thereafter, to the right, if you click on this element once more, you will have some things appearing to the right. So you have basic, and just like on Canva, depending on the element you select, you are going to have a different different constituents showing up. So in this case, we have what is called mask. This mask basically means if you want this object to be kept inside a shape. Let's say if I choose circle, for example, you see how you can see it as actually inserted that object into this image into a circle. And the same thing with any other, you can see. If I choose this, if I choose star, you can see. So and I can go back to none and I can close it. So I can go back now. So this has to do with color adjustment, whereby you can change the color and adjust it as you like. You can see. So if you come here, you can increase the saturation, you can increase temperature, hue, you can increase brightness, contrast, shine, highlight, effect. If you want to know the effect of all of these things, all you just need to do is just take an image and play around with it, and you see the kind of effect it would do. And you can also use AI color correction too. And you can make the image have a specific theme. So maybe you want it to look reddish, bluish, purplish, or so you can use this HSL, and you can also use curves too, whereby you just select based on the kind of image you think you like. So you can see it here. So this is color adjustment. The next one is blend. So you can choose your blend mode, whether it's normal, overlay, screen, dark, do you understand, brighten. So usually these blend mode will usually require you to have maybe an element behind it so that it would know how it will blend with that element you have behind it. You can also work on opacity, whereby you want it to be bright or you want it to be dark. Do you understand? Sorry, would that be correct? No. Opacity basically means the transparency. So you can choose whether you want it to be transparent, because what we don't have anything behind it. So the transparency will be black. So, and that's why the black is showing. As it was a white background, we had an image behind it. It would be showing that image because it's losing its transparency. So the same thing applies with the scale. The same thing applies with the noise. So if you want to reduce the image noise, you want the image to look more crispy and nice, so you can use this effect too. So this is it. So the next side to it is background. So you can work on the background, you can change background, you can also add blur, you can see effect, and you can also add formats. So you can have basic formats, and if you have already worked on your brand, you can use your branding there. Do you understand? So then the next one is smart tools. So for the smart tool for image, you can retouch the image, and you can also remove the background for the image. So do you understand? And even if it's a video, you can remove the background for the video. You can see. So this is a very powerful tool. And the last one is animation. You can choose the kind of animation you want, different animations, different nice animations. You can have your in animations, that's introduction animations, intros, and your outros, and you can even have a combination of both intro and outro. So that is that with respect to image. So with respect to text too, let me just select a text. Let me come here and just select one text. Okay, so this is the text. You can see once you click on it, you can see that what we have here is different. You can see what we have here is different. So the first one is with respect to the presets. So for presets, you can choose different types of presets you want to use for your text. Do you understand? So you can choose different presets for your text. So if you choose, you can see the presets. You can see the presets. You can see the presets. So for each of these presets, you can now change whether the color or anything. So, but this is the preset you can see. So, and you can choose to say you don't want any preset. Do you understand? So, depending on you. So, that's for preset. And if you come down here to text, this is the actual text that is there. So, you can change the text to another thing. You can change it to maybe great. You can see. You can see. And you can change the font to another font. You can see. You can change the size to another size, whether bigger or smaller. You can see. You can make it bold. You can make it italics, you can make it underlined. So you can centralize it, you can make it left aligned, you can make it right aligned, you can make it top aligned, center aligned, or below aligned. So depending on what works for you, depending on what you're working on, you can also increase the character line. So because we don't have enter here, just like what we did the other time, let me press enter again. So you'd see what I'm saying. So if you come here now, if you increase the line, you can see the space has increased and it has reduced. So as for character, is the space between the letters. You can see. You can see. So that is that about that. So you can change the fill. What I mean by fill is the color of the text. In this case, it is white. You can change it to purple. You can see. You can change it to any other color you like. So I'm not considering any design principle here. So but whatever it is you are doing, consider the principles of design. Light on dark, dark on light. So the same thing with the stroke. You can change it to any other thing you like. You can see. You can change it to any other thing you like. Do you understand? So this is it. So you can also work on the opacity. You see the effect of opacity now. You can see. You can see it's like it's disappearing. And if you click on this and it will reappear back. So this is what I meant by opacity. So you can also add your brand kit. So then thereafter we have text to speech. So what text to speech means is that it's going to actually create an audio of your speech. So you can choose which one you like, whether it's a mail or character or whatever, and you can actually use your text to speech here. Do you understand? So the same thing with AI character. You can choose AI characters that you want to use. You can choose different AI characters and you use them in your video whereby they'll be talking and you'll be able to see them talking. So you can play around with all of this. And the last one is just like the other one, animations. So these are different animations. So for your text. So play around with all of these effects and you would be amazed about what you can achieve. So the next thing is this lower bar. So for this lower bar, we have splits. So it allows you to split any video or image. So let's say I clicked here and I just click on this split. What you see is that it has actually split this text into what? Two. So I can now choose that, okay, I want the remaining part of this text to be here. So the same thing with any other thing I select. If I select this image and I click on split, it will split it. You can see that splitted it. I just click OK. You can see that splitted it. You can see. So that's basically it. So you can choose to delete anything you select. You can choose to delete it. You can also choose to download the clip you selected. Maybe you selected just one aspect and you want to just download that one aspect. You can choose to just download that singular aspect. So if you want to watch what you have done, so for this is your timestamp. So you can see that this shows that it's a 5-second video that we have created now. So if you play it, you will see it. You can see. You can see. So this is what you have created. You can choose to record an audio while you are on Capcut. Maybe you are making you've made the video of your product and you want to make a voiceover, you can just click on record and you just record your voiceover for your product. Do you understand? So this turn off attach, I don't know the effects that it does. So maybe once I get to know, I'll let you know. So and these two, I don't really use them. I don't really know what they are for. Let me see. I've not actually been able to get hold of what it's used for. So I personally don't know what it's used for. So and this is, you can use it to zoom your timeline. This, use it to zoom your timeline and you can reduce it. And here you can use it to make your screen full screen. You can see such that you see everything. And if you want to take it away from full screen, you can click on this. Do you understand? And if you want to hide your timeline, you just click on this and to hide it. If you want to show it again, you click on this. So this timeline is where you would see all your elements. So, and it's in order. So this image is the one below while the text is on top of it. So if I want this image to be above it, I'll just drag it. And if this image is above it, it means that here the text will not be able to show because the image is above it. Do you understand? So if I want this image to be below it again, I'll just drag it down and that's all. And the beautiful thing about Capcut is that it snaps automatically. So if I take this one and I drag it, it will snap to the left. If I want it to, if I drag this one again, it will snap again by itself. If I take this one again, you can see. Now, but for any other element that is above it, this is the base element and it forms the minimum, what would I call it? Distance. For anyone above it now, those ones will be dependent on the space that is left on the base. So those ones can move in as much as they are not as long. Let me show you what I'm saying. So now let's say we have this. So if I drag this one now, I can drag it here because based on this one, it's not the base. What do I call it? The base of the timeline. So, but for your base of your timeline, it will always snap it. Do you understand? You can see. But for this one, it won't snap it. You can see. You can see. It would still stay anywhere I put it because it's not the base timeline. So if I want it to be snapping, do you understand? It means that it's going to have to be the base of the timeline. So, and it's not necessary because it's not what I need to be at the base, basically. So this is a general overview of what you can achieve with CapCut. Now I'm going to be showing you how to export. So if you click on export now, let's say we want to export what we have done. So you can choose to share for review. You can choose to share it as a presentation and you can choose to just download it. And if you want to share it on social media, you can share it via different mediums, via different media, whether it's TikTok, TikTok Ads Manager, YouTube, YouTube Shorts, Facebook page, Instagram Reels. So you can share it and you can also schedule. So for free. And then if you want to download, you can click on download. You can choose the name. You can choose the file format. You can see. You can choose the resolution. You can see. And you can just export it. So this is a very powerful tool. Very, very powerful tool. And if you want to download it as a GIF, you can click on this and you download it as a GIF. So now that we understand how the whole interface works, I'm now going to make a quick video also with this one that we have done using a template. Now I told you that for the first one, the template we used was from the home page. Now, what if you were in the edit page and you wanted to use a template? How do you use it? You just need to come to templates here and you search. So we've searched for watch before and I kind of like this one. So I want to try it out. So I'll just drag it here and I'll drop it. Just like we did before, once it's done loading, all we need to do is just replace the item. So what you want to do is click on edit template here. And when you click on edit template, it will tell you what the amount of images you need to add. In this case, it's telling me that we have 4 images that we need to replace in this video. And these are not the images of my watch. So what do? I look for the images of my watch. So for the first one, I'll replace it. So I'll come again. I'll look for where my watch is. Let me just look for another watch here. Let me just see. Let me just pick this watch. Okay. I don't have much images for this watch. Let me use this watch. Okay. So I can pick this, for example, and I'll replace it. You can see. So very easy. I'll click on this one to replace it too. Let me look for another image of the watch. Let me just use this to replace it. I'll click on this also again. Let me look for another one that I like. Let me use this to replace it. And I'll click on the last one. So it's now very, very easy. It's now far easier than ever to make very nice videos with just the click of a button. And this is what we are seeing. This is what we are seeing. So, and I've done that for this middle one. Now for this first one, you can see it has 3 images. You can see 3. So I'm going to do the same thing for it. I'll click on it now and I'll change it to other images. So I want it to have this waterproof. You can see. And by the time I'm done replacing all the images, I have a professionally made. I don't want this. Let me use this video without doing much, without doing much at all, at all, at all. And you too can take advantage of this. So I'll click on this. So it has brand name. So for the brand name, I can change my brand name. I can write maybe Saddle Prime. Let me write Prime something. But let me yes, Prime. Let me write this one. You can see. Okay. And next one is the name of that watch is Anamatu. So I can change it to instead of collection, I can say new and oh sorry about that. New and I want it to start with capital. And Martin collection. You understand? So and I can make this longer and I can bring this up. All of these as things you can just use it. I can change the color, I can do everything I want. So I just even still want to just leave it as is as basic as it is. So I want to write every discount. So every discount of 55%. Let me check. Is there any other part? Yes, I want to change this. So these are actual images of people using it. So I want to use images of people using it here. Let me see. Okay, this is one. So I'll do the same thing here. I'll replace it. Let me look for another place where they are using it. This is not the image. It's not the image of the product. So you can see. And now with this, I have my video ready. So we can now play everything to be sure that everything is okay. You can see. You can see. Okay, so you can see that this last part I didn't edit it well. You can see that the editing I'm even doing is very light. So this last part I didn't edit it well. So I want to edit it. So new watch collection. So I can change it to like for example this website. I can change it to my website. So I can change it to www. Dot. Let me just use saddleprime.com. So in your case, it will be obviously your product. So for this special promo, it's fine. New watch collection, this is fine for me. Or new Anna Martin collection. So I can just you can say I can use this. So 55, everything, every discount. So for this place to the brand name, I'll change everything to Saddle Prime. So and if you don't want to use it, you can just delete it. We don't want anything to be there. If you delete it, it won't show anything. Do you understand? So but in my case, I want mine to be there. So let me just leave it. So so you just basically replace everything as necessary. Saddleprime.com. Saddleprime.com. Is there another place left? Okay, so and that's all. So you can see. The same thing here, if you come here, you just want to be sure that everything are your images that are used. So and that's all. So if you come to any part of the template, if you just click on it and you come to elements, you can actually just choose this just in case you wanted to use this feature and you don't want to edit it one by one. You can just check it through. And the same thing applies with the audio. For this design, there's no audio. So this text, you can see everything is set up and this is set up. So what I don't want to do is just come here and I'll just play it once more. So, and if I want to have a voice over it, I'll just click on it and I'll just record my audio with it. Heavily discounted, this. I'll talk about my product and I'm good to go. I have my video. I can create 5, 10 of this image of this kind of videos and push them out and let's see how it will perform. Do you understand? With different angles to selling my product. So the last thing is for us to export it. For you to export it, all you just need to do is click on export and click on download. So you can choose to change the name here, resolution, however you like, wherever you want to change. This frame per second, just leave it as is. 30 is usually okay. And the format, you can change it from MP4. You can either choose MP4 or MOV. But I just work with MP4, it's fine for me. So I'll just click on export and that's all. I'll wait for it to export and I'll be good to go. So he's saying that some of the media was lost. So, but for me, I'm okay. I can just continue. Let me see the effect. So if it doesn't have any major impact on my design, I'm good to go. So this is basically how you can use CapCut to create amazing videos. We ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it better understood and said. And he forgives us our shortcomings. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.